friends, welcome to Barian Babes Being the Know. I'm your host, Vali Chikuni. We begin. Thomas Go, the SBC presidential candidate for this year, has come out and plea and urge parents that they shouldn't be promoting Disney. There's no need to be paying Disney while they want to pervert your children, even though they're offering you discounts when you go to Anaheim. So hashtag change the direction. But Willy Rice, who is also a candidate of SBC president this year, well, right now his campaign is not going so well because troubles are coming to him so quick and so fast. Right now he's busy cleaning up in all the aisles of SBC because he had a deacon who was implicated, who was accused of sexual issues with a minor, I believe, sexual abuse scandals. So now he came out pretty much telling his congregation that, you know, hey man, you have to, he's coming out in front of the story before it breaks, so to speak, telling his congregation that this happened in the past, just so you are aware. That way, when you see these things in the public domain, don't be surprised. But also, on the other hand, he's pretty much deleting some stuff on his blog, on his website. But as you know, these days there's nothing that you can delete in this social media street. And then, if that was not all, Willy Rice hosted lobbying Diangelo, the author who wrote White Fragility, back in the day. So things don't get interesting as this. So no wonder that even people in his camp, they just don't want him to step aside right now, so you can give away to other people. Bartbarber, who is the resolution committee for appointed to be the resolution committee this year on the SBC, also did a video pretty much just, I could not get exactly what he was saying, you know, just acknowledging like, oh, SBC, we all need to come together, stop the infighting, all kinds of things. But Bartbarber, he's the one who came out and pretty much did not like when Vodebokam name was floated out there as a potential candidate for SBC. But I didn't see any retraction, any apology on that front. So yes, Bartbarber is calling out that all the SBC should be united. More coming as far as the SBC is concerned. You know, the elections are coming up in June, so stay tuned. Moving on, we have Francis Chan, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think I've ever covered anything about Francis Chan. I don't know. I have a soft spot for Francis Chan. But this time around, I know he's gone out there. But, you know, like just the way he speaks and everything to me is just like, you know, no, I'll just leave it out. So you got my favorite, Francis Chan and Russell Moore. Those are my favorite, okay? But moving, Francis Chan. Francis Chan was preaching, talking about a communion, 1 Corinthians 11. And you know how he gets so animated. And so much so, Francis Chan pretty much said that whenever we are taking communion, we are having communion, our flesh is in contact with the flesh of Christ, our blood. So he's saying that there is some intercourse there going on whenever we are partaking communion. That's what he said. Ladies and gentlemen, I've never heard that in my entire life. I've never heard that. This is my first time. And we know Francis Chan has changed as far as his doctrine position quite often. But for him to actually say that, I'm like, how are you going to deduce taking communion that it's the same as sex pretty much? And how are you going, I don't even want to repeat it myself because this is, I don't know. How are you going to say that taking communion is pretty much, so who are you having intercourse with when you're taking this communion is what I would want to know, is what I would ask. I don't want to go deeper over there because this is a dangerous territory, We already have the Julie Royce pretty much saying like, you know, the marriage, a husband and wife, you know what, I'm just going to leave that alone because yeah, I don't want to be the one saying those things, but yeah, crazy stuff going on. Then we do have, lastly, we have our first pastor, Brandon Roberts. Okay, this time around, crazy stuff that are going on, ladies and gentlemen. Pastor Brandon Robertson, okay? He is a false teacher. He professes to be, he is a gay Christian, which is a contradiction in terms. You cannot be a gay and be a Christian. In the same way, you cannot be a Christian thief, a Christian adulterer, none of those things, okay? So this time around, he is saying that when Jesus went to raise Lazarus from the dead, he cried out, right? Lazarus, come out. So the same way Jesus told Lazarus to come out, that's the same thing that Jesus is also telling for people who are gay to come out. Pretty much comparing Jesus saying that gay people should come out when he was telling Lazarus to come out of the tomb. Yes, that's what he said. I don't even understand how you can... I've never heard that before in my entire life also. Even the gay advocates, this is the first time I'm hearing this, like, oh, coming out is the same as referencing to how Jesus was telling Lazarus to come out of the tomb. Now this is, yes, that gay Christians need to come out. They've been hiding. They've been, they were wrapped, you know how Lazarus was wrapped in the burial clothes. So he's also saying, like, you know, gay Christians have been wrapped out, so now they need to unwrap themselves and pretty much to come out. So this is what Brandon is saying. I mean, like, well, he's educated, he's very smart young man, but hey, man, whatever he's saying, this is in contradiction with what the Bible teaches. So it's going to be interesting. In September, Dr. White is going to be in DC with the G3. So they're planning to do a debate. He's planning to do a debate with Brandon. So that will be very interesting to see that debate, see how these things are going to be cross-examined. Let's see how he's going to defend these things, because he's using the Bible himself too, saying this is what Jesus means, but we already know that whatever he's talking about is pretty much garbage. So we have Francis Chan saying weird things that you've never heard. I've never heard that before. Let me know in the comments below if you've heard communion being referenced to as intercourse. This is, I know, you know, we do have Roman Catholics. I think the Greek Orthodox also, they do believe in transubstantiation as far as when it comes to communion. That's not heresy in my understanding. But Francis Chan has taken it to on another level, because that's what Catholics believe, right? Like when you're eating communion, right, and when you're drinking the wine, you are actually drinking the blood of Christ, and you are actually eating the flesh of Jesus Christ when you're eating communion. That's what Roman Catholics believe. I don't believe that. I believe it's symbolic. It's not like you're actually drinking the actual blood of Christ. But the people have debated this across the ages. So to say that, okay, people can have different views on that. I don't believe that. I don't think that's what the Bible is teaching. So we can have a debate on that. I've heard about those things. It's fine. But now to take it to another level, where Francis Chan is saying that this is pretty much talking about intercourse, sex intercourse. I don't know. I've never heard that. That's my first time. But I'm interested to hear what is, if you guys have heard that before, what is your view? What is your opinion on this? I would like to know. As far as what Brandon Robert is saying, come on, ladies and gentlemen. I've never heard that before in my entire life, but we all don't know a Brandon first teacher and everything else. But you see where this thing is going, ladies and gentlemen. I know I've gone all over the place, but bear with me. You have Francis Chan over here saying weird things. Then you have Brandon over here saying weird things. Okay? I don't even think that Francis Chan and Brandon do have the same type of doctrine. But this is what's going on in the church right now. So we need to be Bereans. We need to be vigilant. So when people say these things, you'll be like, wait a minute, I read my Bible. That's not what my Bible is teaching me. It doesn't matter. Francis Chan is the Masters University grad. Okay. Then you have Brandon Roberts. He's a Moody Bible Institute grad. So these people are educated. They've been to school. They do have the credentials. But the stuff that they're saying is in contradiction of what the Bible, of what the scripture is teaching. So it doesn't matter what qualifications they're holding. We need to hold their feet to the fire with the scripture. That is our litmus test. And oh yes, we do have Jackie Hill Perry. Now she's receiving prophetic dreams. And God told her she was going to have a baby boy in 2019. She did not have a baby boy in 2019. So who is lying? You see what I'm saying? But guess what? They're using the same scripture that you and I are reading, are standing on. So whatever you hear, test it with the scripture. God cannot lie. If he says it, it has to come to pass. If it doesn't come to pass, that prophet has spoken presumptuously. And we know we have the test, right? Deuteronomy 18 and 22. That's how you test. If the prophets, even if they disguise themselves as an angel of light, if they are taking you away to go and worship other gods, that prophet is not to be trusted. So is what Jackie Hill Perry is saying conforming you to the image of Christ, conforming you to know more of Christ? If it's not, then you don't have to entertain it. It might sound good, it might look, oh yes, it happened, like no, you still have to apply biblical test of what a true prophet is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget Thursday at 7 p.m. You're going to meet the real housewives of CHHMCs are going to be talking about marriage. It's going to be interesting. So tune in on Thursday at 7 p.m. And oh yes, be sure to subscribe at the Bar Network. Check out, they put out interview they had with yours truly. It's interesting. So be sure to check out the Bar podcast and subscribe. Okay, subscribe. So check it out. Check out the Bar podcast. I posted it on my Facebook page. I posted it as well as on my Twitter. So be sure to check it out. Okay, support yours truly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I had for you guys today. More coming this week. So stay tuned on Monday. Get ready. Prime time at 8 p.m. We're going to do Be in the Know live. Be in the Know is going to be live on Monday, April 11th at 8 p.m. So stay tuned. Be ready. We might end up having some guests. You never know. So tune in. Okay, more stuff coming. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you find this to be informative to you. Be sure to subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Until next time, remember to be in the know.